Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook here at the 2019 College Gridiron Showcase with defensive back from the University of Ottawa, the GGs. It's Jamie Harry. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming on, man, because I feel like I've seen you often. I saw you in May. You know, it's a little bit, just probably the same weather out there it was in May. A little brisk out there in Quebec. But you were able to participate in the East-West Bowl, which is the Canadian All-Star game that you guys played before your season. And now you're here at the College Gridiron Showcase, and you've made yourself into a premier CFL prospect. How has this whole year been for you, starting from May to now?
I knew that my mindset had to change. You know, my first 2 years at Ottawa was like, I need to just have fun. You know, live the university life. You know, live the work life, stuff like that. And after the East-West, it completely changed to business. This is just everything has a purpose. You know, I need to work out. I need to constantly do track. So it's the mindset. Really, the mindset changed.
And it was interesting is that you played with a guy that got drafted last year. You know, so you guys had a lot of good talent in that secondary. How was playing next to him, Bennett Jackson? How was playing next to him helping you to where you are today?
Well, you know, Jackson, he's the hardest worker I know. So I knew that the success that he had, you know, from the hard work that he put in, I knew that I had to match that. So I'm trying to, like, I'm still talking to him. We're trying to train together. So I'm trying to do the things he did and, you know, do more so I could kind of have the same path that he got, you know.
Well, and I apologize, it's Jackson Bennett. You know, again, I'm terrible at screwing that up. But in all seriousness, when you're down here in the States, and we talked a little bit off air about this, playing a position is unique. Up there, I think the way you guys play and have to mirror and match a lot kind of helps prepare you for what you're going to do in the National Football League. So I think it kind of gives you versatile skills, maybe able to play inside or out. What's the uniqueness in playing corner or defensive back up there in Canada, juxtaposed to what you've been doing out here in the States?
Well, you know, the yard is a big difference. You know, being close to the person gives them faster reaction. So like you have to react faster. Whereas in the CFL, you might have more space, but they could also move on the line. So you're like, you know, moving horizontally. So it's pick your poison, really.
Right.
You know, so the transition, it was fun. It was eye-opening. I had to like match the reaction. It was a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that you are a quick learner, because from day 2 to day 3, your jump was it was like significant strides, because you probably got acclimated to how you have to play the receiver, and you're a lot more in the hip pocket this in day 3, and then you're starting to find yourself around the football a little bit more. What was the difference as far as like that you had to make personally in your game to say, you know what, okay, I now get it, and you came out here in day 3 and really held your own?
Well, you know, I knew that these receivers are super quick, that they like to push off and like to use their hands a lot. So I tried to use my body. I know that I'm a bigger guy, so I tried to, you know, put my body into him so that it prevents him from, you know, using that kind of technique.
And do you feel as though you're better suited to play on the outside, or maybe you could play inside, or maybe you could play a little pseudo safety position? What do you feel as though your skill set is best suited to play at the next level?
I definitely want to play safety, but the problem with that is I never did it. So I need to learn the tricks, the ins and out of the position. So
now, I talked about the GGs, you know, Ottawa GGs. I cover football from Canada all the way overseas to in the States down to Mexico. And you guys are unique, man. I love the way you guys play football. How has playing at the University of Ottawa helped prepare you for this opportunity?
Well, you know, our coaches are like defensive. Well, they're defensive coaches. They are DBs. Okay, like our DC is a DB. Obviously, our defensive backs are DBs, but they each bring a different
perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Different perspective to the game, and they train us differently. So Nate would be like, he wants to work how the DB reacts, like how the DB, like his technique and stuff like that. And Coach White will work on how to react from what a receiver does, like his how he breaks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and JV is really like the general stuff. So it's DBU at Ottawa U. So you can't, if you're a DB, you have to go to Ottawa U.
when you look at now obviously we've all talked passing, right? But there's another aspect to it, the run defense department. And we'll get to see in the scrimmage more about your ability to stop the run. But I think people will probably underestimate you as far as coming up and run support because you are a bigger corner, about 6'1", 195. I know as a former running back coming outside, I don't expect to see a big corner.
Yeah.
So and coming up ready to tackle. How's your ability in run support?
I think it's good. I think because as you said, I have a big body, so they are surprised, but they still come as hard. So I just got to bring it. I got to bring it hard.
One thing that's unique about playing the cornerback position is that you have to have short memory, and we see it all the time. Guys make a play and they celebrate, but cornerbacks tend to realize, like, you know what, I made this play. The next play may be the one that I give up the big play. How are you able to stay grounded at that position in this day and age of playing football?
Well, my mindset is, what's the point of worrying about the next play when the next play is happening right now? So you got to quickly forget about what just happened because that's gone. It's on film. You'll correct it the next day whenever you correct it. But what's more important is the play that you're about to play right now.
And what is it about the game that you feel as though right now you want people to know what you bring to the table when they're looking at you on paper? I want Jamie Harry on my squad, but what does he do well? What is his strengths? What am I getting as far as Jamie Harry, the football player?
Well, I feel like I use my body right. I use my length on the press or when the jump ball and stuff like that. I used to play receiver, so I could high point the ball. I have no problem catching balls. So I think that I want teams to know that I got good hands. I'm a good ball player, and I'm a playmaker. If the ball's in the air, I'm in good position, I will come down with it.
I like that, man, because one thing that's my pet peeve is to see defensive backs, one, not turn around, and two, not catch the football that's there to be caught. So I see your game making the right progression here as you transition from playing up north to playing in the States. I think you could do both equally as well. I think you're going to have a long career, and we wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you. I appreciate that.